Alchemy of Souls episode 6 of season 2 was amazing, but it also featured a lot of things that may be a bit confusing. Many are talking about the firebird, the blood parasite that Yul has, and the words that Master Lee said. So we already know that the series is getting more and more interesting. That's why today I want to talk about the explanation of episode 6. But remember to subscribe to this channel for more details about this amazing series. Let's start with Ho-yeon and the firebird. Jang Wook says, "I see it's not born yet." And Ho-yeon says, "When this firebird hatches, the world will suffer a severe drought." We know that Jang Wook is there because Master Lee asked him for the favor. So with this we know that even though the firebird egg is there, they used some kind of spell related to the firebird. Recall that Jinmu sent the little birds to make the lakes dry up. We saw So-ee who confesses to Yul that Booyeon is Naksu because she met the real Booyeon. After that, Yul hugs Booyeon, of course knowing that she is Naksu and is very nostalgic to see her again. Many are wondering why Yul had that vision where he was killing Booyeon and why he has also had visions seeing Naksu as a young girl, when she was killing people. It is important to know that Yul is in love with Naksu, however, he knows that he has an important role as a mage and a responsibility to defend the people. Yul feels guilty because when Naksu came back as Mu-Deok, he knew it was Naksu, but he didn't say anything out of love for her, because he knew she would be killed. After that, Mu-Deok became wild and had the behavior of the assassin from before, and that's why she killed Jang Wook. We should know that you'll probably still not know that Mu-Deok became wild because of Jinmu. He may be thinking that Mu-Deok became wild because it is normal for soul shifters. For that reason he wants to kill her, because he doesn't want her to become wild again and another tragedy will happen again. Since his sense of guilt comes because he thinks that if he had killed her before nothing bad would have happened. Jinmu knows that they are throwing the small birds in the lakes to cause a drought and he knows that they contain the energy of the volcano. So it is likely that it comes from there, that it is made from the volcano, and that they have made a kind of spell as well. So with this we know that Park Jin will be involved in this thing so that he can prevent the drought. Now, Jinmu tells the king that since Jang Wook killed Naksu, he must have a bigger reward and that is for him to become the general of the northern fortress and be sent there. Jinmu told this to the king so that Jang Wook would leave Daeho fortress so that he could exercise his drought plan and that he would not intervene. Master Lee tells Jang Wook that So-young was also born with the king's star energy but never became king, but he did protect this world. Master Lee said that he suspected that they were trying to awaken the firebird in order to cause the drought, so they could have the ice stone again. Jang Wook also explained why he had not fought with Jinmu and the royal family. He said that if he used his power of the king's star energy he could cause chaos and Park Jin would try to stop him and thus he could die. Jang Wook out of love for Park Jin has not taken revenge on those who hurt Mu-Deok. But now since it is something different, that it is not a simple revenge, but he must stop Jinmu to stop a drought, because otherwise that may bring more consciences to the world. Jang Wook could use his power. What's very curious is that Jang Wook asks him that he doesn't know why So-young left the ice stone inside Jinyeon, if Sol-ran passed away anyway. Master Lee sarcastically tells him that he might have left it for him, so that he could use the ice stone. Although these words of Master Lee are not in a serious way, we might think that there is some truth in them. With this we can think that So-young might know what might happen in the future. Perhaps Sol-ran herself told her to leave the ice stone because she knew that another chaos like the one they went through would arise, and another person would be born with the energy of the king's star. We see that the queen has an approach to Cho-yeon. This may be because she is thinking that she will be a good candidate to change her body. We saw Yul who doesn't want to take any pain relief medicine and thanks So-ee because that pain he has is less than the pain he feels. Yul is so sorry for so many things that he would rather die than take the blame for the things he says he didn't do right. Hoyeon's maid asks her if there is any way for the blood parasite to get out of the body, and she replies that the worms are eaten by the birds. This may have a lot of meaning because then images appear where you can see the small birds. There is a theory that Naksu symbolizes the firebird, as she describes herself as a bird high up in a tree. By this theory, it is believed that if she symbolizes that, she is the only one who could get the blood parasite out of Yul. Recall that in the previews she is touching Yul's chest and it is as if she knows where the worm is. We also add that she has priestess powers, and we know that Buyeon since she was little handled Jinyeon's relics as if they were toys, and that worm came out of Jinyeon. So because of this it is very likely that Buyeon, who we know is Naksu, will be the one to get the worm out of her. Most importantly, it is very likely that Yul will not die because we saw in other past previews that Yul was fighting and those scenes have not been shown yet. Now, there is something that Master Lee said that left many worried. Master Lee said, if she regains her divine power, her memories will return. Once Buyeon regains her divine power, Naksu will also regain her old memories and will eventually be rejected by that body. We have to know that Naksu's soul is in Buyeon's body. Currently, she is recovering her powers, and for that reason she is recovering her memory. But the question is, what kind of memory, Naksu's memory or Buyeon's memory? We have seen that she is remembering things of Naksu, not Buyeon. She has never said she remembers when she was blind or when she went to the boat with Jinmu to retrieve the ice stone. Everything she has said has been related to Naksu. Therefore, the soul that dwells in that body is Naksu's soul. The most important thing is the sentence that says that it will eventually be rejected by that body. In other words, it is as if Buyeon's body will expel Naksu's soul. But this doesn't make much sense because the soul that is in that body is Naksu's soul. Because Buyeon's soul already died according to what Master Lee said in the past chapters. So all this could mean is that when she regains her memory she might die because her soul was expelled and thus she can be petrified, as she was before and become wild. But it does not mean that Buyeon could return. But this could change if there is some of Buyeon's soul left that clings to Naksu's soul, and since Buyeon was born thanks to the ice stone, that would allow Naksu not to die. In other words, this would indicate that the two souls are intertwined and therefore Naksu will be able to live in Buyeon's body as she did in the past, when Naksu lived in Mu-Deok's body where the two souls dwell. The other possibility is that Jang Wook uses the ice stone to save Naksu so she won't die, but this means that Jang Wook might die. We don't know what will happen, but these would be the options for Naksu to survive. Tell me what are your theories concerning this chapter. Leave your comment here so we can read it.